All right, let's get right into this. Now, what I want to do here in this video, and I have nothing planned, but the idea is to basically clarify certain things. One of the things I want to clarify is weight. I talked about past and present and weight. I've talked about having a presence. I've talked about beginning my life. And you might wonder, what does that mean? Like that you're beginning your life? I mean, what if you're in your 30s? What does it mean that you're beginning your life? So I just want to go over these things a little bit. So first of all, let's start with the weight thing. Okay, so can I tackle multiple things at once? We can tackle all of them together, okay? Now, and I'll make this very clear to you. When I was younger, I had no life, okay? I studied, I played, and I did a lot of things on my own. You know what I mean? But I didn't really have a social life other than the life that I led myself. It was very isolated. Even when I would be in a crowd of people, I was isolated. You know what I mean? And it wasn't that I was relating to anyone out there, that I had some kind of trauma experience or anything like that, that I had to relate with somebody about. That wasn't the case. And it's hard. And like I said, it's hard for me to just relate in a human term and tell you about humans or even like some kind of, if you were talking about fantasy characters like Marvel, X-Men, and talk about demons or something like Nightcrawler or something, talk about demons, like the thing is that how can I really explain in a way that an average person or an average human being could understand? There is no way that I can. See what I'm saying? There's no way that I could come across in a way where I'd be so obvious. It should be obvious if it's factual, that I should be so obvious to human beings and all that. It's just not like that, The truth is that if somebody doesn't want to support you, right? Let's say with me, let's say 99% of people do not want to support me, okay? And when I say 99%, I mean, it could be like people who are out there who have nothing to do with me. You know what I mean? They could support somebody that's like me. They could support a type of person that's like me, but they're not specifically supporting me. See what I'm saying? How could they specifically support me? And no, listen, if they're not willing to support me, how could they go to the length to say, oh, the things he said make sense to me? Even if they do make sense to them, even if it does seem realistic to them. And I don't think it should be realistic to them because it's not to everybody. It's difficult for people to understand. I give 1% of the population the benefit of the doubt to understand certain things. You know what I mean? If I was to start talking about vampires, what would you be like? What the hell is this guy talking about? To the average person would. I got over 20 subscribers, and they might like, look at this. I got real vampire teeth. Like real actual vampire teeth. You know what I mean? And I'm not going to go into all the details and tell you, oh, well, guess what? I got this. Because, there's enough. It's obvious enough. You know what I mean? It's like somebody saying, let's say I put in an essay. Not for marks. Let's say I submitted an essay to win a contest, right? Some kind of contest. And my essay is really good. If somebody wants to reject my essay, they're not going to care how much factual information I have in there. Because at the end of the day, if they have the ability to do it, they will reject my essay. You see what I'm saying? I've already talked about these things, but this was just to kind of clarify. But I'll be honest, after saying this, I don't really even feel like clarifying, oh, I've just come into this world. Oh, I wasn't in an enclave. I don't want to explain any of that. But I want to get into weight because that's something that, and I have nothing planned, but that's something to get into. Like I said, somebody might say, hey, I met this guy in the 90s. You know what I mean? And somebody would say, hey, I met this guy before that. No, but I actually met this guy. Like, I met this guy. You know what I mean? I met him. You don't understand. I hung out with him. You don't understand. We've had a million words exchanged. We've had conversation worth of days and days and days worth of conversation. Just on conversation. Like, we've had maybe hundreds of hours, if not 1,000 hours of conversation. Okay, on a real intellectual level. We've spent time together. We've done things together, and I've seen this guy in different situations. You know what I mean? Somebody says, dude, I know this guy way better than you. There's been times that I've had experiences, and I'll be very honest with you, nobody was there. All these people that claim that, oh, I'm so close to him, I know him so well, and it's all bullshit. It's like, I'll give you an example. When I started going downtown, so I told you 2013 was when I had my most experiences, but it was the end of 2013 where I said, okay, I'm gonna do something a little weird. I've talked about this before. I said I'll do something a little weird. I'm gonna go out on my own. Because whenever I go with people that I supposedly know, and by the way, the funny thing is these people claim to supposedly know me. They were friends in school that I would share more secrets and private stuff with them, and I would never talk to any of these people. They never do any of my secrets or the things I liked or anything. I used to share it with kids in school or something like that, and I had a few friends. You know what I mean? These people they really knew nothing about me other than, oh, he likes to play video games, like to lay there and play video games all day. They didn't really know shit about me. You know what I mean? But end of 2013, I started going out on my own. I was like, I don't want to go out with these people anymore. I'm sick of this. I don't want to do that. You know what I mean? Every time I go with them, I'm stuck in some like little group, and it's all limited to them. You know what I mean? I don't like that, man. I want to get out there, man. You know what I mean? I started going out on my own. Now, I'll be honest, 99.9% of the time, if you go out by yourself, people will think either you're a creep or that you're kind of a loser or you don't have a girlfriend and you're just trying to get laid. You know what I mean? That's what people will think. Now, I have an exception, and I was an exception to the rule. I'm not trying to make myself look good. I'm just trying to, I have to talk about that because in order to explain this reality. You see, I am typically good looking, and I have a very reasonable conversation tone. Okay, when I make conversation, I make it in a very reasonable way, especially when I meet new people. So if I'm around somebody that I've never seen, I can still I can talk and I can think and I can act and I can, you know what I mean? I can do a lot of things. Okay, and I'm not bad to look at, and that really helps when you and I don't just mean bad. There's some people who are good looking, but they kind of look scary. There are people where even though they're good looking, they kind of intimidate people. But that wasn't really the case. I wasn't trying to intimidate anybody, and it was really easy for me to go out there and get value on my own. I know that sounds kind of bad, but really, yeah, I could go to a joint where there were a lot of people and I could be new and they would give me the pass. Obviously they would give me the pass. Why not? He's that guy in school that I always had a crush on. He's that guy who never knew that there were like 30, 40 good-looking girls that all had a secret crush on him, that were all talking about him when he wasn't there and he didn't even have, you know what I mean? Like he, you know what I mean? Like he's that kid. He's that boy. He's that boy that I never wanted to tell how much I liked him. He was that boy that I didn't even want to admit it to him, that he didn't even know or we thought, the girls were crazy about him, man. You know what I mean? And nobody knew it. He was our secret, man. If he had been in Hollywood or something, he would have made it as a fucking actor, man. And then the whole world would have known about him right away. But he's our secret. You know what I mean? It was that kind of thing. So for me, I had that value anyways. I could go out on my own. And once I did it a few times, it was really easy. I would just make friends going there. I would start meeting girls and stuff. And I didn't really, I got over that fear and all that because... really, I was like, look, I want something here. You know what I mean? I want to, and it's more than just picking up girls. I want to advance myself. You know what I mean? I want to make myself better, and I want to test myself, right? So I throw myself in those situations and it was really easy. Within a couple of months, within a month or two, I was like, I had girls texting me. I had girls texting me like, hey, what are you doing this weekend? Do you want to hang out? You know what I mean? There were girls actually messaging me or calling me and saying, hey, it'd be nice to hang out with you sometime, which I didn't have before when I used to go out with people. There were girls saying there were girls who were kind of making fun of me a little bit like, ha ha ha, you're just trying to get in, you're just trying to pick up, we know what you're trying to do, you know what I mean? You're trying to get away from the group so you don't have to have a real relationship and you can, girls come up with their own things. So it was always, ha ha ha, you're funny. And then I was like, okay, so I'm not a pass with her. And 2 weeks later, I get a text message like, what are you doing tomorrow night? You know what I mean? So it was, it was kind of cool. You know what I mean? And I'll tell you right now, I never took any of the people who claimed they knew me so well, right? I never took them with me. They never even went to the venues that I frequented. I never went with them anywhere. You know what I mean? I didn't go with these people anywhere, man. You know what I mean? It's crazy. They didn't know me. They didn't know me for shit. They didn't know anything about me. They had never even met the girls that I had dated and gotten intimate with. They had not even seen a picture. I don't know. Well, maybe they maybe once, but that was like I had put it out there, and I think she didn't mind. I think she was happy about it because she wanted to take that picture with me and maybe put up. But aside from that, these guys had never met anyone. They didn't even know what except any of the girls looked like. You know what I mean? They had never met them. How can you say that you know me or that you're my confidant or that you're my best friend when you have not met any of the girls that I have been intimate with? All the girls that I've been intimate with, you haven't met any of them. And some of them live right here in the city, and you have never met any of them. And you claim you know me or you're close to me, yet 2014, prior to my bank robbery, you had not met one girl that I've been intimate with. And I haven't not been intimate with girls just in that year. I've been intimate with girls before. And again, you had never even met one of the girls that I had been intimate with in my life. Out of all how can you know anything about me? I mean, I think that girl knew more about me than these people. I mean, she actually saw me. She came to my hangout spot. I introduced her to people. I introduced her to girls. I introduced her to guys that I knew, and guys, his girlfriends, and everything. Like, you know what I mean? And you're claiming that you know me so much better, and you've never met even one girl that I was intimate with, or any of the friends I made, even the guys and the girls. You have not even met any of the friends that I made out there. You have no idea who they are. You haven't even seen a picture of them. It's crazy. I mean, you had all your fun experiences. I wasn't down to go with it, right? And then when I had all my experiences, you became bitter. It's absolutely ridiculous. I just don't know. And that's why today I go, some human beings are just lower. I have to, because some people know the truth and they're still willing to lie publicly. No, I don't care. I'm still going to lie. Who gives a shit? I'm still going to lie. You know what I mean? You know what the truth is and you're willing to lie over it. And that's when I'm like, well, that's not something I would do. And that obviously means that my standards are better and that I'm a better person overall. It's absolutely ridiculous, man. It's absolutely ridiculous. But I think we went in on them enough. And if you know what I mean, and at the end of the day, you could throw a pie right in an idiot's face, and he'll still keep yapping about, oh, that's my best friend. Oh yeah, he's my best friend. Did he like punch you in the face? Yeah, but we're still best friends. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous, man. These fucking losers and idiots out there, man. It's crazy, man. Those are the worst, the losers and the idiots. But and you know who's worse? People who support them, because there's no way they could ever come around my level if there wasn't other higher level idiots trying to get them in there. These people are fucking jokes, man. They're idiots. Do I need to say anything? Not really. I've already said everything, and you understand. Dude, when I'm hanging out with a couple of guys, like I'm in Cuba, I'm hanging out with these guys, and again, they don't even know the names. They don't know names of any of the girls that I've been with. They don't know the guy friends I've hung out with. I'm hanging out with these guys the entire time. You don't even know anything about it. You know what I mean? I go out to Dominican. I make a couple of girls and meet people. You don't know nothing about it. I spend a month and a half in Colombia. Dude, you know nothing about it. You know nothing about all that time I was spending in Colombia. Because I didn't want to hang out with your ass. And that's the honest truth, and you know it, dude. I didn't want to hang out with you, with your ass. I really didn't want to hang out with you. I didn't respect you. I didn't like you. I didn't think you were cool, man. You know what I mean? I didn't want to even fucking hang out with you. And I'm glad that you had a fake bravado and pride, because, that made it easy without having guilt, because you didn't guilt me about not having any kind of relationship with you. It's absolutely insane, man. Some of these people are absolutely nuts, man. What can I say again about weight? I think it's obvious. I think that was a very powerful video. I like what I said, and I'm gonna post. We'll wrap it up right here, and we'll put it up, and that's all there is.